how this poppy seeds became a symbol of Remembrance Day. It is mainly here. Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, Canadian poet, physician, and soldier, was born in this house. John McCrae told to his friend that he is rather very afraid to go to the war. Some of his war sketchbooks, he has written some stories or songs. How significant it would be to read this poem in his house and during Remembrance Day. Hello everyone, this is November and it's a gorgeous sunny day today. November 11th is celebrated as Remembrance Day, a very important part for war veterans and the history of war. Remembrance Day means all you'll remember is poppy seeds. How this poppy seeds became a symbol of Remembrance Day, it is mainly attributed to a poem called In Flanders Fields written by John McCrae. John McCrae was a Canadian surgeon, he was a war hero and he participated in the World War I. So we are standing right in front of Colonel John McCrae's house and it is in Guelph. So he was born here and it is currently a museum and it holds a lot of his artifacts and a lot of his memories. So we are just going to go inside and see how this museum is and what we can learn from this war memorial. John McCrae was 41 years old and in 1915 he joined the Canadian Army. Imagine the plight here. So I'm 41 years old. I'm not too young or too old. At peak of your career, imagine having to join World War I. John McCrae told to his friend that he is rather very afraid to go to the war, but he's even more afraid to sit at home because his conscience is killing him, saying that he has to contribute to this war. Colonel John McCrae writes to his mother from the battlefield in Ypres in Belgium, and to put in words, it is that of a nightmare. You can see the bodies of soldiers all around, so much of noise of artillery and everything, such a horrible situation he has never seen before. John McCrae joined the Canadian Army in April 1915 and he joined along with one of his friends. In May, there was a very bad war that broke out and his friend was killed. So he had to bury his friend because the major or the head of the army was not present. So it is where he wrote the first few lines of In the Flanders Fields. He tried to publish the poem in 1917, but it was rejected by an English magazine. Then finally, after so many trials, so he got his poem published anonymously in another magazine called Punch. And this poem became the most famous wartime poem ever. So this is the copy of the poem which he wrote in the Flanders Field. So, and as you can see, so many poppy seeds are there. So this poem became very popular during World War I, and it is very popular in both Canada and US. How significant it would be to read this poem in his house and during Remembrance Day. In the Flanders fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the lark, still bravely singing, flies scarce, heard amidst the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt on, saw sunset glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in the Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If you break the faith, with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.